Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. Hey replay viewers, thank you so much for coming in tonight, and hello catch viewers. If you'd like to watch live, you can download the Periscope app and search for Penguin and Fish, all one word. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Thanks so much for joining, guys. I see you all popping in. We are going to stitch the measure twice, cut once block, the block 19 of the Splendid Sampler. So I am gonna flip you around. Hello, 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 everyone. Hey there, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well with all of y'all tonight. We are continuing this little block. We're done with all the piecing, so we just have to do the little kind of ruler marks here. Sorry guys, here is the pattern. So we're doing the little ruler marks on there and the measure twice, cut once embroidery text, and we are gonna just chill and embroider tonight. It's gonna be relaxing. I'm excited. So if you're new here tonight, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well, and I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central. Tomorrow night I will be at my parents' house, hopefully scoping. Oh, you're new here tonight. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Introduce yourself so I can get you by the right name. So yeah, tonight is the last night here. I will be at my parents' house for the next through Sunday, I believe. So we'll be leaving on Sunday. So Sunday I'll be back here at my house in my little kitchen here room. But yeah, some on location shooting the next few days. We'll get to see my mom's Splendid Sampler blocks. So this is all from the Splendid Sampler. You can find out more information at thesplendidsampler.com. It's a year-long quilt-along. We get a new block released every Wednesday. No, tomorrow's Wednesday. Every Thursday and Sunday. And I was just thinking that Thursday I will not be here because I will be at my dad's retirement party. So that's why I'm going back to see my parents. Well, I can just go see them, but you know, it happens to be his retirement. I keep wanting to say graduation party, but he's graduating from working, working a job, I guess. So I won't be here on Thursday, but I will be back on Friday. So I will be here tomorrow, though. Still tomorrow in Wisconsin instead of Minneapolis here. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we will get stitching. Let me know what you're working on tonight and we will get going. I didn't see it yet. Is it on the... Where on Facebook did you put it, Pax? Honestly, I've been doing bills all day today, so I didn't Instagram today, and I didn't go on Facebook today. So I missed it. Oh, it's on the, okay, so it is on the Splendid Sampler Facebook. I'm gonna have to do a search. You can do searches now on Facebook, right? I'm gonna just have to search for your username and look. Why are your numbers going from right to left? Okay, so I did do some adjustments. So we have here in the pattern, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes 9, 10, 11, 12. And I was thinking, so here's my ruler that I'm kind of modeling mine against. So I did a blue ruler to go with this is in my go-to craft kit, my travel, the little Tupperware. It's actually right here. So I take this everywhere. It's a little sandwich container, but this is, I gotta clean it out again once, but this has all my craft stuff in. It has some scissors, some needles, some crochet hooks, some, oh look, a seam ripper. I was looking for a seam ripper, but just a pile, a little crochet hook. I said that already. Some thimbles. And my ruler goes in there too. So this is what I grab whenever I'm crafting, like if I'm gonna go to the couch to craft, or if I'm going on vacation just to see my family or craft, I'll bring my little to-go kit here. And this guy's in it. And so, okay, so the numbers. So this ruler kind of bends around So I was looking at it, and the numbers would actually be going, you know, it actually would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. And they actually would be upside down too, like this. But I didn't do it upside down. I still did it right side up. But that's why I did the numbers kind of going around in a circle here instead of how it was on the pattern. So it's, yeah, that's how you did yours. Pax did hers upside down, which is the reality. The reality is that these would be right side up and then these would be upside down. But I decided to forgo that half of the reality. I kept the reality of the numbers and forgoed the upside downness of it all. It's alright, I am going to stitch this in black. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if maybe the cut once, measure twice, maybe I'll do that a different color. I could do that like a blue or something. That might be kind of fun to go with the rest of this. So I guess since I know I'm going to do the numbers in black, why don't we just start there? It'll take a little while to do all these back stitches, so I think I might, I think I'm going to do back stitches for all of the lines, and then the numbers I'll just probably do in back stitch too. I think I'll do just one strand of floss too. We kind of talked about this last night. Oh, where's the end of this? This is like a crazy thing right here. Oh my gosh, like this is wrapped a million times and I have no idea where the end is. That's so crazy. I just recently reorganized some of my embroidery floss, so I have it all colorized again. But I didn't do anything more than that, and this is super odd. Like, where is the end of this? I'm gonna have to, like, pull it all off of here. I suppose I could use a different black. I have a few blacks. Here it is. Jeez, hiding down here. What the heck? For yours, you did letters in silver. Oh, so pretty. 3 strand inches in black, 2 strand. Oh, that sounds really pretty. I think I'm gonna do, I could do the numbers with 1 strand too. I think I'm gonna do all 1 strand for the ruler, just to keep it really kind of subtle. I just received my embroidery box in the mail today. I wrapped all my floss today. Nice! You wrapped all your floss. I am currently in the process of doing that as well. I have a whole pile of floss yet. I should bring that out here once, because I'm trying to do it in a pretty way where I don't have like my junky containers everywhere while I wrap the floss. So I put the floss in pretty containers while I'm wrapping it before I organize it. Maybe I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but maybe I'll bring that out. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live about that. That might be kind of fun. So let's see. I'm going to do the way knot thing again, I suppose. My normal go-to. I got new needles too. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, new needles are always fun. I've been using the same needles for a long time, but I suppose technically, you know, needles get dull and everything. Oh, Facebook Live, live streaming. How do you find it so you can do it, or how do you find it if I go on? I'll do it from my Penguin and Fish page. So it's just like a normal post. It'll show up. Okay, how you watch? It'll just show up in your. If you follow Penguin and Fish, it should show up in your feed. I think you get a notification when it goes live and stuff too. Still, I'm not positive about that. I'm still kind of experimenting with it. I'm doing kind of an away knot, but I'm doing it where oops, look, I didn't tie the knot big enough. We'll just do it there. I'm just trying to get like some length of thread here, but I think it'll notify you, and then it'll be in your feed. Can't seem to get notifications to work on Facebook Live. Well, we'll do a little test tomorrow during before I head out of town, and then if someone pops in, if when you guys pops in, you can let me know if you were notified or how it works, because I'm not really sure how that all works yet. I think I'm going to do two back stitches for each one of these small ones, and then 3 for the rest. Make sure you have it set to receive notifications from the page. Oh, okay. Jump on Periscope to warn us. Oh, hey, that's not a bad idea. So, all right, I will jump on Periscope tomorrow before I do the Facebook Live as just like a test, or, you know, and then to let you guys know, and then you guys can let me know how it worked, like if you were notified or how that worked. I'll be home, so I'll likely follow you tonight. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so I'll do it from the Penguin and Fish page. So you just have to follow Penguin and Fish's, or like, I suppose like. About what time? See, let me think. I have a meeting. I'm not sure when we have to head out of town by 1. We have to be on the road. And I have a meeting at 10, so 10 to about 10:30. So maybe I'll pop on at between 11 and 11:30 Central Time, I think is probably the most likely time. So just kind of right before noon, between 11 and noonish, but probably around 11. I like the way the single strand looks. Yeah, I think it's going to be really kind of delicate, really kind of subtle. I rarely use 1 strand. I rarely do anything other than 3 strand, honestly. My go-to is 3 strands, but you know, we're playing around, and the only reason to change, at least, you know, in my brain, to change the number of strands of floss you use is just the look. I mean, a thinner, you'll get a thinner line with less floss. You know, if I used all 6 strands, these would be real big old fat lines, which, you know, might be a look I want too, you know, but in this case, I thought maybe I'd just be a little more subtle with it and do just a single strand, and then we'll do like maybe 2 strands for the type or something, or 2 or 3 strands. We'll play around with that. So these halfway marks, I'm going to do 3, and then these full number marks, I'm going to do 4. So the short ones will be 2 stitches, middle 3, big ones 4. That's my plan. So since I am doing all these stitches, though, this is going to take a lot longer, but that's okay. I can do this for the next couple days. I will, like I said, for Thursday, when we get a new block, I won't be able to work on the new block. I won't be scoping, unless I do it from my dad's thing, but I probably won't do that. Maybe, you know, it's at an art museum, this cool art, or not a museum, but this new, well, I guess it's kind of newish within the past, I don't know, 7 years or so. Really cool art gallery that's in my hometown. And I don't know what shows there or anything, but that might be kind of fun to scope from there. But I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, and I don't want to like interrupt the party or anything like that. So we'll see. But that might be kind of fun. Oh, but I will actually be I'm going to be visiting a yarn shop that sells. She just started selling our Penguin and Fish embroidery kits and a bunch of our patterns. And I'll be going to that during the day on Thursday, so that might be a good place to scope from on Thursday. That'd be fun. I'm going to be there from 10 to noon on Thursday, so maybe we'll do a little scope. It's just going to be like it's a knitting store that happens to sell some embroidery, so I think we're going to just chill and knit and talk to people. So that might be kind of fun. I haven't knit in forever, and whenever anyone says that they're knitting here, I'm like, oh man, I haven't knit in a long time. I kind of exchange knitting and crochet projects, and I'm still working on that doily. Now that my computer, like, it's so funny because I haven't worked on it really since I upgraded computers, because I used to work on the doily while I was waiting for my Photoshop files to save, which is just ridiculous, you know? So I got a lot done in that doily with the old computer that took forever to save. But now that I got like a souped up fast computer, because that was just ridiculous. Yeah, as long as you're crafting something. When I was, now that I'm not waiting for files to save anymore, I haven't worked on the doily. Maybe I'll bring that home to work on a little bit. But I'm embroidering that little kitty embroidery, and that's kind of my main project that I'm gonna bring home. I always have to have a project. Oh man, the projects are actually lining up. I'm only gonna be there till like through Saturday too. And I have this kind of cheap, kind of chintzy machine embroidery sewing machine. And my mom wants me to bring it. Which means I gotta bring my whole computer and stuff too. But I've been doing baby labels on that, so whenever she needs a baby label for a quilt, there's been a few more babies in our loop at home and in the family, so I need to make some baby labels. So that's project number 1, I suppose. But I want to embroider the kitties and I don't know, I'm sure a whole pile. There's always a project. There's always something crafty to do. I don't think I've ever not crafted anything when I've gone home. I don't know what I'd do with myself. I would just walk around outside. It's super nice outside. I'm sure we'll spend a lot of time there too. Hi, listen, everyone. Today I can't hear you because I'm in an interesting meeting. Oh, interesting. Interesting in quotation marks. I'm kind of scared to ask what that means, since it's kind of late for a meeting, but I suppose it depends on where you are. My mom is visiting this weekend, and we're going to work on t-shirt quilts. Oh, that's awesome, Janelle. Let me know how that goes. I've never done a t-shirt quilt, and I've heard, you know, it's different than quilting like this because of the fabric. T-shirt fabric is it's a knit fabric, so it's stretchy, and that has different sewing properties, I guess is a way to say it, than quilting weight cotton fabric. So you've done 2 with interfacing. Okay, that's what I was going to ask, if you use interfacing, and kind of curious, what kind of interfacing do you use? Does it iron onto it? Is that how you do it? Or kind of curious, I suppose. Oh, we're almost to the 2nd inch. I'm kind of glad that we just did the one thread, because it's black too, so the black is gonna be bold from the get-go. I mean, if we used a different color, like a light pale blue or just a slightly darker blue than this, I think we could have gotten away. Iron on, medium weight, pill on. Okay, oh, medium weight too. All right, that's interesting. So do you cut your squares first, or you just cut a whole front of a t-shirt, then iron that stuff on, and then cut your squares? I'm assuming you'd probably have to put it on first and then cut to get that sturdiness. Kind of like the starch that we've been doing. I made a t-shirt quilt for my niece for her graduation from high school. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, those are super popular, but everyone thinks that they're so easy to do, but they pose a few problems just because, yeah, like that interfacing. You know, it's not that easy to stitch through knitted, like tightly knit cotton, like t-shirts. So yeah, it kind of requires an interfacing to give it some structure. Yes, exactly. Cut the big shape, iron it on, then cut to size. Okay. Interesting. I mean, they're awesome. They end up like just so snuggly and stuff with the t-shirt fabric. So I don't know if any of you are graphic designers or anything, I'll see if I can tag you on Facebook. Oh yeah, I would love to see it. It was fun and easy. It had someone, it was someone with a long arm quilted. Yeah, that's cool. I've never had anyone long arm anything before, and I think that'd be cool. I would totally love one. I have no purpose for it whatsoever. I just think they're awesome. So that would be, yeah, I would need a real big purpose before buying a long arm. I just stitched in the ditch. Oh, and did it myself. Oh, that's my go-to thing. Stitch in the ditch. Stitching in the ditch when you're quilting just basically means you stitch along the seams in straight lines. Nice and easy compared to doing like all swirls and stuff like that. You're just gonna stick to your squares and your lines. But if there's any graphic designers out there, I just saw such a good movie, and you don't have to be a graphic designer to see this, but I just saw, I think it's called The Happy Project or The Happy Movie with Stefan Sagmeister. I don't know, any designers know who that is? He's kind of like a big famous graphic designer. You just have to do what the quilt wants. Oh, with the quilting. But you know, the Independent Film Festival is happening in town here. That's where my husband was showing his movie that he produced that I talked about a few days ago. But this the Happy or the Happiness Project, I have that on Netflix. The Happiness Project, Happy or the Happiness Project. For some reason, I think it's 3 words long. Oh, but I don't know. If it's the right thing, if it says Stefan Sagmeister in it, and that's the designer who did it, but it was totally worth a watch. He basically, first of all, it is visually stunning. He does a lot of these really interesting things with text and titles, but like with real life. So, you know, the titles would be, you know, it'd be a black screen with like this funny, gritty white type. And then all of a sudden a dog walks up and like licks all the type off. So they were just shooting, you know, a lot of practical things where it's actual objects and stuff. Actually, almost all of it is just actual objects, and then they film it. But that's not the point. That's just, it looks cool. But he tries to, he wants to look at his own happiness and if he's happy and what makes a happy person and all that. And I don't know, it's kind of fascinating and lovely and beautiful. And, you know, if you are a designer, it's worth going. And if you know who Stefan Sagmeister is, you know, if you're a super design geek, then it's worth trying to find. It's doing the whole, like, film, or the indie film circuit sort of thing. So I'll have to look, because if it's on Netflix, that would be awesome. I'd love to see it, but I would be a little surprised if it was on Netflix already, just because it's doing the indie film thing right now, and a lot of indie film places hate when movies are released before they're shown at the film, which is ridiculous. I mean, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But it might be on Netflix. I'll have to check it out, because I would totally watch it again. It was just nice. And yeah, if you're a designer, you can extra geek out on it. But yeah, I just got back from that before coming here, and just really loved it. All right, so here we are so far. I think I might just leave. Nah, I can't do that. Let's take care of this away knot. I was gonna just leave it, because you can actually leave all your stuff, all your away knots till the very end, but so I just wove it in back and forth just so I wouldn't have a big giant loop down here. Now I'm gonna just pull it, and we'll thread that. This might be a little too tiny. I wonder if I have a smaller needle here, and I still have a little knot on the end here. Alright, I suppose I could have just tied a normal knot. I'm gonna see if I have a smaller, yeah, this is, oh wait. Yeah, this is a little smaller, so I might have more room to meander back and forth, but it has a small eye, but I'm only using one strand, so I should be able to thread it. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Look, it looks like some weird language on the back, doesn't it? Or like music or something. I think a language. It looks like a language. Don't forget, you can start the new floss by leaving right away. Yes, that's right. You know, I thought about that earlier today, but I forgot about it right now. So thanks for reminding me, Janelle. I totally, it was so funny. Like earlier today, I'm like, oh, when I embroider later, I'm going to have to weave it in right after. Like, what a silly thing for someone to think during the day. But that's right. And I didn't remember until you just said just now. So we did the little way knot here. Instead, now we're gonna weave in and kind of skip that part of it. Oh, you know what? I should have been doing the numbers as I went. Shouldn't I have? Whoops. So I'm gonna start at this 1. I think unless I do 2 strands for this. What do I wanna do? 1 strand or 2? I don't know. This is looking pretty bold, I think. Let's do a little peek. Just do 1. I think you might be right. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, I think it'll be dark enough. Yeah, let's have that. Let's be subtle. I changed my numbers on the bottom too. Oh, funny. Did you do yours upside down? Because really, they're supposed to be upside down, but I thought, I still want it to be right side up, I think. I almost did it upside down, but Pax did it upside down. She did it the way it's supposed to be. You couldn't go that far. I couldn't either. I'm halfway there. I'm halfway to reality, not all the way to reality. All right, back to the embroidery needle. Okay, so now I'm probably gonna weave it in here because I forgot to do the 1, and then I'll kind of weave through the backs of these to get to the 2 and weave to the end because I don't want to make a huge jump because I don't want a big loop on the back. But I forgot to do my numbers. All right, so we'll weave it in right here. Where can I find shorter needles? You can get normal just sharps, which they're not embroidery needles, but you know, the embroidery needle, all that's different is that it has a larger eye. You can get shorter needles of those. Sometimes, I don't know, I think I have a shorter needle for putting binding on. So you can look for hand needles. I think they're just called like sharps. But I haven't seen embroidery, like I just took this whole thing out. I didn't weave it in to different spots. That was silly. I haven't looked for smaller needles before for embroidery. I never thought about that before. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right, so I'm just weaving it in the back of a few stitches. I'm gonna go one more time. Then I'll trim this little edge. There we are. I'm doing this instead of the away knot to start the second part. So I did it for the first part. And though again, you know, in all my embroidery stuff, I talk about the away knot, so you might be getting sick of me talking about it, but if you haven't heard me talk about it, the only reason I do it is so I don't have any knots on the back at all. Oh, I missed what you just said there, Pax. So I have just like a nice flat back, nothing catches on anything. All right, I'm gonna get you guys in focus again. I'm just gonna get my needle situated. There we go. This is the most soothing part of my day. Me too, Cora. That's funny. Oh, betweens are smaller needles. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm not all that versed on all that stuff. Where is I have my little sheet of paper. Yeah, here I go. My little notes sheet for when I'm chit-chatting with you guys. Come on, pencil. There we go. Betweens. Smaller needles. Not good with floss for hand quilting. Yeah. How is the way knot different? Different than what? Oh, so usually what, people typically do when you start embroidering is you just tie a knot and then come up from the front to the back, and then you have a knot sitting on the back. And I have a knot right now. What's going on here? There we go. You have a knot just on the back of your embroidery. So, a knot has that little end, and then the knot is against here, so you have that little flailing end out. And when you're stitching, it can get caught on that all the time, which is super annoying. And so instead, we're weaving in. So when we're done with a piece of floss, or when we're done with the end of the floss, we weave it in. Doing an away knot is a way that you can weave in the beginning. So instead of having a knot at the beginning, you want to weave it in. And how I do that is you start a stitch way far away, so you have about 4 inches or so of floss. Then you do your embroidery, and then when you're done, you snip that little knot away, leaving you the bit of floss, and then you weave that in. And then you have 2 ends that are woven in instead of a knot, and it leaves the back nice and flat and perfect and lovely, and nothing gets caught on it. And weaving it in is actually, I think, a little stronger as far as holding up than a knot, like if you're washing it and stuff. There, look at that tiny little one. I did get the crock pot, and man, I didn't do it today because we have so many leftovers now, but holy cow, that's gonna be my new thing for sure. It was so funny because the other day I did it for real for the first time, where I actually had purchased items specifically for it. And I love weaving it into the little one week. Oh, nice. Oh, crockpot liners. Oh, I haven't heard of those. See, I'm totally new to the crockpot world. But I put stuff in there for the entire day, and we had lunch like normal and stuff, and then we went for a walk and got back, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna make for dinner? And it was there. Dinner was there. Oh, the first recipe I just did. I got a pork something or another, or pork roast or something. It looked like just a giant piece of pork that looked like it would roast just fine. And I didn't really do a recipe. I just I got some sweet potatoes and some carrots and chopped up some onion with it, and one other starch. Oh, and then just some normal potatoes. Like past you saying, future you, a nice dinner. That is exactly what happened. That is totally the feeling. It was like, oh, thanks, morning, Alyssa. You totally made my day. But yeah, that is exactly how it felt. But yeah, then, I got some sage to go on it too, because isn't pork and sage like a thing? So I did that. And it was good. So I had that for lunch the next day as well. And I also, so my plan is that's dinners, the crockpot food, and then for lunches, some of the meat from the crockpot, or we grill up some meat or whatever, and then I chop that all up. Exactly, more time for sewing. And so breakfasts I do really well. I do like a really great just fried eggs with this really, really, really good salad, which is basically, we kind of made a salad bar in the fridge is basically what we did. So we can have all different sorts of stuff on it, kind of whatever we're feeling like. And so that's breakfast, and I'm good with that. Like, I have like my whole routine in the morning, and while the eggs are cooking, I'm cleaning up the kitchen and just doing other stuff. And so that I have down. It's after breakfast though where the world goes downhill as far as food. So now that we have like the salad bar in there, I always make sure that I have some sort of cooked protein. So like I have, I'll grill some chicken in brats or something, and I'll cut them all up so it's good, or like bake some chicken so it's good for salads and stuff later. And I have a bunch of hard-boiled eggs too. We eat a lot of eggs, so that's always good to go. And then now we have all our salad bar stuff, so that's kind of lunch, is salad bar. with a protein, and then dinner will be the crock pot. But for like the salads, I mean, we have, you know, like mixed greens of some sort, so it's mixed greens and let's see, or arugula or spinach and that sort of thing. And then we have, I love getting from the salad, or like the salad area, olives, green olives with garlic in them, garlic stuffed olives, and I have a pepper cut up and sliced mushrooms and what else? Oh, cut up strawberries. And the strawberries are freaking delicious now because it's strawberry season coming up here. And a few other things just for the salad bar, and then the protein. So that takes care of lunch, and then dinner is where we really can't think anymore, and that'll be crock pot food. So I'm wary of the doing oatmeal just because that wasn't, when we were doing the Whole30, we couldn't have oatmeal stuff, and I am wary about bringing it back. I'm so sick of commercials. I am cooking my way to the White House. Cooking my way to the White House? Oh man, I have no idea what those commercials are. I think we'll get this top ruler done tonight. How many strands are there? I'm doing one strand. I had a New York strip tonight. Yum. Yeah, so I had a huge cooking day on, was it Sunday? On Saturday or Sunday. So I had the crock pot going, and I made a yummy batch of soup, the soup that I really like. And I cooked a bunch of chicken, and John grilled some brats and chicken, so I have all the salad bar meat. So I haven't done another crock pot thing because there's so much food, and we're leaving town tomorrow, and all that food's gonna kind of still be there. Pre-cooking meat is awesome. Yeah, that's kind of my new, that's kind of my new game plan, Cora, is pre-cooking meat and just having it in there. So I'll just cook, like tons of chicken breasts all at once. And then, we'll eat one for dinner or whatever, but then I'll just cut up the rest. Oh, hello, Irene's in from Greece. Is it 3 a.m. there? I know you were saying it was really early. I do it with my, ground meat. If it calls for 1 pound, I cook 4 and freeze it. Yeah, I haven't frozen any yet because we kind of go through it in the week. 6 a.m. Nice. That's what I'm trying to get up, is 6 a.m., but I haven't been very good at it. I haven't been as consistent as I want to be with the 6 a.m. But yeah, that's been like the lifesaver of us having healthy meals, is that I have all that pre-cooked meat that I've pre-cooked and have in the fridge. Because that's the kicker, is that like we don't have any meat cooked, and oh, you had a nightmare and you woke up earlier. Oh, that's no fun. That's not a good way to wake up. But I'm glad you could join us at least. There we go. Keep getting little knots. I've noticed, I don't know, have you guys noticed this before? If you sleep in a hot room, or I've noticed, at least for us, I'm more likely to dream and have nightmares, and I know John for sure, if you're sleeping hot. So like, this time of year actually, when it's fluctuating so much, and then you're just really, really hot, then yeah, that's when we've been having nightmares and stuff. So we try and keep it, yeah, hot sleep is the worst. We try and keep it cool upstairs, which right now we don't have the air conditioner in the window or anything yet, and It's been warm, although it rained today, so it's nice. It's like a perfectly cool, lovely day right now, and we have the windows upstairs way open, and it's just lovely. I am coming up to my... Oh yeah, this is the... I couldn't really... I think I'm rubbing my pencil marks off a little bit. Yeah, this is the... I gotta draw that back on. I know, this is the best time of year. This is my favorite time of year, actually, when you can open the windows. There, that's how far this one goes up. I couldn't see that one. Yep, that's right. Oh, I missed that, Irene. Are you sleeping with it warm? It was on, 90. Oh, I do have the AC on. Yeah, that is toasty. Toasty 90 already. So I don't know if you're noticing, I'm not using a hoop, which I'm holding it a little differently. I'm holding it as if my fingers are kind of almost the hoop. That's what's keeping it flat this whole time. We had 70s. Yeah, we've had 70s lately here too, and it's been amazing. And then it was a little cooler today. Love Minnesota Springs. They're the best. I hate it in summer when it doesn't get below 85. Oh, yeah. Like, we skipped spring, apparently. Oh, pollen is horrible. Yeah, pollen is getting pretty bad. I had a pretty scratchy throat the other day, and we had a friend come over, and he was just miserable with allergies. I can feel it a little every now and then, but not all the not. I don't have it bad like some people do around here, which is good because that sucks. Is pollen bad in the U.S.? Well, for a lot of people it's bad. I don't know how it compares to other places, so I don't know if good or bad. But if I would just had to say in a not comparative way, I'd say yes. Yeah, I know. My brother and my dad get it pretty bad. In Greece, it's the worst. Ugh. It is right now. The weather app had it red and rated an 11. Jeez. Turn it up to 11. Local honey helps with pollen energies. Oh, I've heard that too, that if you eat honey that's from your local area, it helps with allergies. Only not bad in winter when it's freezing. Yeah, not bad in winter when it's freezing. You can see everything covered with yellow pine pollen. Wow. So that's kind of like cotton season here. When the cotton trees all get all cottony. I mean, it's just like cotton floating around. A lot of people, like my dad and my brother and just a ton of people are just like way allergy-ish to the cotton. I mean, it blows, it's like snow. It looks like it's snowing. And that's, I think, I forget, John, my husband, gets pretty bad here sometimes. Oh, you have cotton trees there too? Yeah, that's a big one for people. My car will go from black to green soon. With all the pollen. Yeah. All right. I do not have enough floss to get all the way to the end, so I gotta start another one. I'm gonna weave this guy in. Yes, after the yellow thing, the cotton thing starts. Oh no. Yeah, that sounds pretty similar to here, Irene. It's a lot like that. A lot of people suffering. Oh shoot, lost my floss here. My tortoise used to love them. She was eating it. How funny. The cotton balls. I left at the airport for a week last May, and it had to go straight to the car wash. Jeez. Yeah, I don't think it, I mean, I haven't noticed like the yellow stuff here, but that doesn't mean it's not here. I just might have selective memory. I don't usually have too much allergy stuff. Every once in a while I'll get a year like it's like, oh wow, I feel super sick. And it's like, oh, it's allergies. But I don't suffer from it like a lot of people do. Like, I think, you know, my brother and dad have it pretty bad, and my husband did too. Do you think it would be bad in Boston? Probably. You can't hang out the laundry day, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, you can't bring the laundry out, especially, yeah, if you have allergies, you can't do any of that stuff. And it sucks, because all you want to do is be outside, you know? But, you know, then the next day from being outside, you can be totally just wrecked. Alright, I'm gonna get another one started here. I think we'll finish this guy up here, and then I think we might call it for the night. So we will we'll definitely, clearly, be working on this one for a while yet. You know, whenever we have one of these embroidery... Oh, here's how I take the one strand of floss off. I'm just grabbing the one strand and pulling it right out of there. But whenever we have one of these embroidery projects, it takes a while. That's why when I had that whole, there was a Saturday a couple weekends ago that I did this, I worked on the blocks all day for 7 hours, and I scoped for the entire time. It was because we had a lot of embroidery to do, basically. One strand you can use a between. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. I could use a between one here, because the one strand, I mean, it's thin. One strand is thinner than, like this one strand from a 6-strand embroidery floss is thinner than the 12 weight thread, you know, that you can get, that some people are doing their stitching with. This is thinner than that. Alright, let's trim this end. Weaving it in to get started. Okay, we got a number 4 to do here. Oops, my finger got stuck there. Oop, gotta get you guys in focus again. Alrighty. I like this little one strand stitching, it's kind of fun. Why are you wearing your watch on the right hand? I don't know, because that's where I started wearing it, because in theory I was thinking that, I don't know what I was thinking, but it really should probably be over here. Every once in a while I almost accidentally put it over there, but I've just been putting it on this side. I think it's because I wanted to see, I like the design better on that side or something. I don't know. I have no good reason for that. No good reason. I didn't know there was, like, that it's supposed to be on the other side, or... I mean, I think I used to wear my watch over there before. Like, I used to wear a watch all the time, and then I didn't forever, and now I've just started wearing one again, and I don't know, for some reason I've been putting it there. Left-handed people wearing it on the right. You don't need a reason. I don't know, that's the side I started wearing it on, and that's the side I'm still wearing it on. If you're right-handed, you break it more. Oh, I break it? I would probably break it more on this side. I already did break it, but it wasn't because of this side, it's because I dropped it. But yeah, I suppose you're kind of banging it up against more things if you're right-handed. Yeah, I broke it almost right after I got it, and I was so sad. It's easier to see if you're right-handed. So this is my little, let's see if I can see. Oh yeah, I busted the glass a little bit right there. I'm a little unhappy with the fabrics I'm using for the Splendid Sampler. I'm thinking about changing fabrics. Well, you can. We're gonna be at block 20, so that's a fifth. I mean, have you laid it all out, like all your blocks? Maybe you can pull it all together with a sashing color or something. You know, if things just aren't looking like they're together, you could do something like that with the border or with sashing, pull it together. But, you know, there's also, you know, you could try changing the color just for the other, you know, 80 blocks, you know, and blend in the ones that you didn't like as much with the other 80, you know. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that we still have 80 of these. It's actually super crazy. It's freaking me out. But yeah, so there's this opportunity to blend it in, or maybe the ones you've done could be your accent. Yeah, those could be your accent. Well, that'd be kind of cute. You could have all of them in the middle, and then your 80 around the outside. Yeah, I know. 80 more. Yeah, I know, right? I know. I have to stop myself. I talked about this a little bit on that Saturday when I did the thing, because I had laid out all of my blocks, and at that time there was 15, so I had it 5 by 3 rows, like 5 columns by 3 rows, and I was thinking, oh my god, when we're done I'll have 10 by 10, and I freaked out. Like, I got super like I had a moment, like my body was like, maybe I should just quit. Like, I could hear my body say that, and that pop in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was crazy that I thought that, because I'm like totally committed to this. And to have a moment where my brain or anxiety or something was like, oh, you should just quit. But that happened at that moment when I realized that that's how many blocks there were. And like, even saying that there's 80 more freaks me out. I have to do them just one at a time. I had that panicky quilt feeling when I saw Kimberly Jolly's blog. It just washed over me. Yeah, so funny. It was overwhelming. Do you plan to quilt yours or send it out? I'll probably quilt it, only because I don't know. I've never sent a quilt out before to be quilted, so that's probably reason one. But I'm sure I would be totally happy with starting to send quilts out and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm putting this much work into it. I want to kind of just continue the work, you know what I mean? Instead of handing off the work to someone else. And that'll pretty much mean that it won't be pretty. It'll probably be stitching in the ditch, because that's like the only thing I can do. But I'll know that it's still mine. Oh, you're gonna quilt your own? I am thinking of doing the quilt as you go. Oh, see, that's interesting. I've never done the quilt as you go before. But yeah, that's totally an option, because then you can do smaller pieces and have it quilt together. I like having it all done by hand. You know what? I might think that way too. I like doing the hand stuff. I'll do this. I'll get this started. I like doing the hand stuff. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna wait. This scrap is too small anyway. I like doing the hand stuff too, and I actually really like tying quilts. I don't know if this one will really lend itself to being tied, but I do like the hand done stuff too. So I don't know, maybe I'll just do a bunch of tacks. I mean, that could be kind of interesting too, but I probably will do my own quilting, even though I don't have any sense of how I would manage that right now. I have another quilt that I have to quilt myself too, and I haven't worked on it because I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that either. So I don't know. I have to do a little test on that one. But all right, I'm going to flip you guys around and we will call it. Yes, we'll all learn together. And you know what? We got 80 blocks to worry about that yet. 81 actually. We don't have the 20th block yet. So I figured once I get to block 76, maybe I'll start thinking about quilting. I'm afraid of needles, so I'm afraid of the sewing machine. It's kind of a phobia. Any advice? I would maybe take a class and just get over it, over the phobia a little bit. I think the more you know and the more you practice with it, yeah, you'll get used to it. Crafty has a class on big quilts and small machines. I might have to do something like that, take a class. Oh, get a glue gun. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. Hey there. So we got the top row done. I think it's gonna be really kind of sweet with just this one strand, and of course we won't know for sure until we take the hand embroidery or the sticky Fabri-Selvi embroidery stabilizer off. It's always kind of like a reveal when you take that off. So we do have the type to do, and this bottom row and this. So you know, it's gonna take at least 3 more nights if it took us the whole night to just do this. So this will be a block that hangs out with us for a little while, and oh, look from far away, then you can start to get the feel of it. Ah, I like it. It's gonna be cute. Oh, thanks so much for hanging out with me, you guys. We will be in Wisconsin tomorrow, so I'm hoping we're gonna get there on time to do the scope. Barring we leave really late for some crazy reason. It's a 5-hour drive. But I am going to plan on doing a scope from there tomorrow. It'll probably be, I'll either be doing more embroidery on this, and then, or we might be, maybe my mom and I will just share our blocks and then call it a night. We could just do that too. And then Thursday I won't be here because my dad's retirement party is on Thursday, but I might do a daytime scope. We'll see. And then Friday we'll be back to normal, although I will still be at my parents' house, but Friday we will be at the 9:30 time, I'm thinking. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for coming in tonight. I know, it's so exciting. It's a big deal. I mean, it's a whole big retirement party, and, you know, now he's going to be at home all the time. He went down to just 1 week there for a while, and I don't know, it's going to be official. He is retiring from dentistry, and he's for 37 years of dentistry is what the card says, so... which is before I was born. It was like a year and a half or so before I was born. I'm in the Wisconsin, or the Fond du Lac area in Wisconsin. You love retirement. Oh, that's good. I think he's doing a lot of retirement stuff already. Oh, you're loving retirement too. All right. He's taking master gardening classes. So he does a lot of he's outside all the time. He's not going to be like a bored retired person. I mean, he's doing tons of outside stuff. Oh, 38 years a teacher. Wow, that's incredible. But yeah, so he's doing all sorts of outside stuff. Oh, I thought I was younger. No, I'm 35. I'll be 36 in July. So, 5 years till retirement. But he's been doing a lot of stuff outside, and he's taking master gardening classes. So the garden is going to be crazy town, you know, crazy this year and over the next couple of years. So I think he's excited, I'm thinking, but we'll see. I think that's gonna be Mom's signal to quit her deal too, and just both chill at home or drive around. That's why they got the Airstream now, so they can cruise around everywhere. So they might be here more often, which would be awesome. Then we can see them more often. But anyway, I will let you go tonight, so I'm just chit-chatting now. I will see you tomorrow on site in Wisconsin. I'm kind of excited. I haven't done a scope from there before, so we'll see. Thanks again, guys, for joining me tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, thanks, girl. Good night, guys.